Hello and welcome into this first edition of the Coach's Corner. I'm Nick Merrick, joined alongside head coach Al Rooney of the NA3HL Texas Junior Brahmas. Coach, first things first, you guys had home stretch in the past now. 9 straight games, 10 with last weekend, now already in the books. This weekend focusing on Dallas. Had 2 weeks of rest. What was that like for the team?
It was really important. We didn't quite get off to the start that we wanted to when we saw that we had the 10-game homestand to start. We got banged up quite a bit. In retrospect, three weekends straight of 3 games and 3 nights, so actually 2.5 days, because the Sunday game's usually the afternoon game, had us banged up. So the last game against Topeka, we had 5 guys out. So we really needed the 2 weekends off, basically, to kind of get healthy, get rejuvenated. We also brought in some new faces, some drop-down guys from the NA, so that allowed us to spend some time getting them on the same page with the rest of the team. So the past 2 weeks have been really kind of getting back to work, a la, training camp, and it's been good. It's been nice to get healthy, and I think for this upcoming weekend we'll have healthy scratches for the first time, so that'll be different for the guys to face.
Well, the fact that you're saying the healthy scratches too, with the 5 guys missing just 2 weekends ago, is this going to be everybody healthy, or just some back and some maybe on the mend, and we'll have to wait for an extra week?
I think everybody's healthy with the exception of Connor Brady, who has been battling. He was back. Might have come back a little too soon. Who knows, with an ankle injury. So he's the only one that'll really be out. Caleb West has been practicing, so he's kind of off and on, but I'm going to rest him as a precaution. But for the most part, everybody that was out is back.
So Brady, the captain of this team now, possibly out for next weekend. You're going into a Dallas team. You took this series, went 1-1-1 last time they were here. And now you have not only 2 games this weekend, one in Euless, one here in NITEX, but then 5 straight games against Dallas before the Southern Showcase. So what's been the team morality during practices gearing up for this weekend of games?
I think excited. I think the guys have been kind of glad to get back, and maybe not so much away from games, but able to kind of just take a step back and kind of assess where we stand, both amongst their teammates, how they're gelling with their lines. I've shuffled some things around. Also a chance for me to kind of take a step back and say, all right, here's who's brings this to the table. This guy brings this to the table. Let's get these guys together. So it was a chance for us to kind of, like I said, step back, get our business in order, and start fresh. And I think we're pretty confident and pretty positive about the direction we're going heading into this weekend. And like I said, Sheptitsky coming back is going to be a big help, because him and DeGenova had good chemistry together. So we're hoping for big things out of him.
And Sheptitsky, a player who has not played since the first weekend for the Junior Brahmas. But Coach, the fact that you mentioned it's basically like the team's fully healthy now going into this weekend, the first time since training camp, like you mentioned. Is this a chance where you could really finally get back to the drills you're used to in practice, not having to worry about who am I going to have to dress for the roster, who do I need to get help and bring in just to make the full roster so I could have 18 guys on the bench?
Yeah, it was for a while there we were kind of scrambling we'd have like 18 to 19 guys and 5 guys watching practice, and it is tough because you're trying to walk that fine line of push them, and I like an up-tempo practice and go, but when you're having that many games and you get a day off and then 3 days of practice heading into another three games, it's with a short bench, it's tough to keep that tempo going and push the guys. So it was, the guys are learning what to expect from me, and I'm still learning how to, kind of manage some of these guys, and who needs their buttons pushed and who needs a pat on the back, and so on and so forth. So it's definitely a learning curve for all of us, with me coming in and, basically 25 fresh faces. With the exception of Zach McPherson, I've never coached any of these guys before. So a lot of them are kind of trying to feel their way to how to fulfill my expectations and so on and so forth, and how to read, engage me. That being said, I think we've kind of reached that happy medium of when to push, when to pull back, and like I said, we're excited about this weekend. Last weekend was nice to kind of take a couple days off and get mended, but now I'm looking forward to some game action again.
So what do you expect from your team this weekend then?
Expect 2 wins, and that's not a slight against Dallas. It's just, we're a team right now that, no excuses. We're healthy. We've had a chance to get back to work on some things that obviously weren't working in the first few games. We did have a tough schedule, Topeka, an undefeated team when we faced them each time. And the thing about it is we're not getting killed. We're losing 2-1, then 3-1 with an empty netter. We lost one of them 2-1. So we're right there. We just, the thing I keep emphasizing to my team is I just don't feel like teams are earning it enough against us. I think they're capitalizing on some mistakes that we're making. And if we minimize those mistakes, I think now that we're healthy, we have the offensive talent to capitalize on other teams' mistakes. So I think it's a much more even and level playing field, so to speak, right now for us. So I think we should come away with 4 points. That's what we need.
Well, fans, you heard from head coach Al Rooney. We're going to take a break here on the Coach's Corner, but this Junior Brahmas team to be reckoned with. They're expecting the 4 points this weekend, fully healthy, and they could do just that. But we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have forward Paolo DiGenova alongside us in the Brahmas bullpen.
For gourmet pizza and Italian cuisine, call Zaroma's Bar and Grill. Zaroma's only uses the freshest ingredients. Located inside the NYTEX Sports Center, Zaroma is your one-stop shop for food, friends, and Lone Star Brahmas watching parties. Visit www.zaroma.net for menu, directions, and delivery information.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner. Now in the Brahmas bullpen, I'm joined alongside forward Paolo DiGenova. How you doing, Paolo?
I'm doing very good, thank you.
So, team going this weekend against Dallas. 2 games, a home and home stand. Saturday is here in NYTEX for your 11th home game. Obviously, after going 1-1 against Dallas, this has to be a team that is seeking a vengeance.
Oh, for sure. We know what to expect from them. We've played 3 games already against them, and they've beat us here at home. And it's just a big 2 games against them. This is probably the biggest weekend for us in terms of getting back on track and just establishing ourselves in the division standings and just getting back on track.
When you guys are neck and neck in the standings, but is this something where it's almost overkill to play a team too much? Because now you have 5 straight games against Dallas leading up to that November 7th showcase. Or is this something where you're just, hey, I'm eager, I'm ready, I'm going to bring my A game, and it's time to rally this team and turn things around?
Yeah, I think it's more of an eager thing. I think, in my opinion, it brings a rivalry and real tough, intense games against them, and builds that rivalry. And it's just when we play them that much, we know what to expect. So it's just we should come out better and just try to get those points.
And what's been practice like? We just sat down with Coach and heard that the team's fully healthy. He likes running the up-tempo offense. Likes getting the guys going and kind of no stoppage play. And we've seen it definitely at times at home. Has that kind of picked up right where things left off, maybe in early September when you guys were fully healthy?
Practice is just like always. Coach always emphasizes up-tempo. It's very high pace our practice, and he wants the best out of us, and that's what we're gonna do.
And now taking a look at the stat sheet too, you are on top of the team in points, currently leading this way into this coming weekend. Is that something where it seems like you just picked right up on pace from the Ontario Hockey Academy? Talk a little about your offensive game.
Well, I like to distribute the puck, make some plays, score some goals. But I've had good luck with my line mates so far. When Shep wasn't injured, we had some good chemistry going there, and I'm excited to have him back this weekend. And Kaz is just a great compliment for me. He does the little things right, gets the puck off the boards, and he's got some surprising hands too. He's a really good player.
Well, and after 2, just to credit to that, actually 2 times the amount of assists and goals for you as well. So basically living up to your playmaker type.
Yeah.
But Paolo, you're a player that it seems like head coach Al Rooney's just kind of thrown you in different line situations throughout that first couple of weekends. Yes, sure, Sheptitsky and Kozlo, started with, but then due to the injury, seemed like you had a lot of players on your line at one point, almost the whole forward lines, it seemed. Is that something where you just have comfortable just mixing well with the team and really kind of seeing what players they are?
I mean, wherever coach throws me on the ice, I'm going to try to do my best regardless of who I'm playing with and just try to build success with them and try to get some points on the board and get to 2 points at the end of the night. So whatever line he throws me with, I mean, we just got to accept it and just play through it.
Well, let's go back to before the Brahmas days, playing with the Ontario Hockey Academy, an 18U program. What was that like as a learning experience from you?
I mean, from my standpoint, it was one of the best experiences of my life. I mean, we were a showcase team that just did tournaments and showcases, so we had a lot of exposure, and we were always on the road too, traveling. So, I mean, I loved it. It was we played some great teams, and I think it further progressed my development in hockey.
Did that make it an easy transition then, always being on the road, and now you find yourself in Texas, which is as far south as you can go in the States from your hometown?
I mean, yeah, for sure it helped. I've been gone away from home. This is my 3rd year now. This is my first junior year, but I've been in prep schools the past 2 years. So, yeah, for sure it's helped. I mean, I've always been on the road. I've been away from home, so it's helped.
What's been the biggest adjustment for you as a player to constantly be in that I'm always on the road mentality?
I mean, for sure it's tough. You're always on the road, but I mean, it's a commitment from day one. You come here, you know it's a commitment, so you just you gotta, it's fun, but it's a task for sure.
So tell us a little about like the team bonding. What goes on off the ice? How's this team gelled? Has it come together as a whole? Have you seen just a couple of guys really just become best friends and a little cliquey?
I mean, from the beginning of the day, the first day we all got here, I mean, everybody was kind of quiet, to themselves. But we've really bonded together. I mean, we're always together. We have a laugh, and but when it's time to be serious, we're serious, and we try to get things done.
And now coming here to Dallas, I mean, you've only been here a little while, so have you had a chance to explore? What's your favorite part of the city? Maybe one best thing you've done with the team by yourself.
I mean, we've been to Dallas a few times, go watch a Stars game, and that's really cool. I've never been to the American Airlines Center. It's a really nice place to go watch hockey.
Someplace hope to be down the road.
Hopefully one day.
And then being in the fairs in town, have you had a chance to go and check out any fair food?
No, I haven't. That's I heard there's a lot of fried stuff, but hopefully one day we'll try it. I don't know.
I definitely got my fill just a night ago, but who knows? Maybe a team bonding experience in the future. Just get the guys out there
for
as an
sure.
event.
For sure.
And then coming into this weekend too, what's kind of one way you like to relax and just kind of take every game one at a time?
I mean, we just let's say we played a game before and we lose. I mean, you gotta. I know it's hard, you lost, but you just got to put it behind you and just focus on the next game. So I try to go into every game as a fresh slate, the new game, and just try to, focus on that game. Try not to worry about what happened the night before and just bring your A game on that day.
And the last thing gearing into the weekend is, really how hungry is this team for those 4 points?
I mean, in my opinion, this is the biggest weekend of the year right now, and it's still early in the year. So, I mean, for us, there's no excuses. We need these 4 points, and I know we'll get it. We're a determined bunch of groups here, a bunch of guys here. So I think we'll do just fine. And, we'll come out on top.
So the biggest weekend for this Junior Brahmas team, according to Paladie Genova, Friday night against Dallas on the road, but home Saturday right here in the NA3HL Sports Center for a home game in their 11th of the season. Come out here to the NA3HL Sports Center, check that out. The Brahmas looking to get back on track, and this team definitely can do it now that they're healthy. But thanks for joining us on the Coaches Show. I'm Nick Merrick, joined alongside head coach Al Rooney from before and Paladie Genova. Have a great time, and we'll see you at the games this weekend.